All right, I'm looking at another Sudoku today. This one was recommended by someone, and they said it should be fairly approachable. I think it has 2 out of 5 stars on Logic Masters Germany right now for difficulty, but it has a 96% for quality, so I'm excited to try it. And it's just a normal killer Sudoku. That's it. No crazy rules today. So the only rules we have are normal Sudoku. So you have to put the digits 1 to 9 in every row, column, 3 by 3 box, just like every Sudoku ever. Pretty much. And then the killer part is these cages. So the digits within these cages, these dashed lines, sum to the number in the corner. And we don't even need to say that digits can't repeat, because today all of the cages are within a box. Each cage is contained in a box. You can't repeat a digit anyways. So that is it. So link in the description as usual if you want to try this puzzle yourself. It's, by the way, I don't think I mentioned, sorry, it's called Kyoto by Florian Wortmann. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm excited to try it. So I enjoy killer Sudokus, so I'm gonna reset the timer, give it a try, and we'll see how this goes. So the first thing I see is these 214 cages. And the reason those stand out to me is because I know the only ways to make 14 using the digits 1 to 9 is 5 and 9 or 8 and 6. You can't, if you go lower than, so you have 9 and 5, 8 and 6. If you go lower than 9 or 8, then you get 7 and 7, and you can't put 2 sevens in a cage. So these have to be 5, 9, and 6, 8. I don't know which one is which, of course, but and I'm wondering if there's some more. This one's interesting. I don't know how helpful it is, but 5 and 14. So yeah, that's not super helpful, but there's something interesting here with the 14 and the 7 and the 14 and the 7. And then 14's in here. I'm wondering if that's because this 14 and 7 would affect that, and this 14 and 7 would affect those. And that feels intentional to me. We also have the 15's here, and the 16, and the 15's and the 15. So, 15s are interesting because similar to the 14s, the only way to do 15 is 9 and 6 or 8 and 7. So, this is, 6, 7, 8, and 9. But the key thing here, I think, maybe, is, well, is it? I don't know. 15, this 15 affecting this 15. And the 14, we don't quite have the same digits, but it's almost the same digits, right? You've got 5, 6, 8, and 9. You've got 6, 7, 8, and 9. This 14. Okay. Well, what I'm thinking is this 15 and this 15 have to be a different set of digits. If you put 7 and 8 in here, then you can't put 7, 8 in this one because there'd be nothing to put there. So I'm gonna try and do some color here and see if this helps at all. So these have to be a different set. One of them is 6, 9, one of them is 7, 8. And then we've got another 14 here. Are these somehow, so if this were 6, 8, then this would have to be 7 or 9 with 6 or 8. That's interesting. So if this was 6, 8, then this digit would also be a 6 or an 8. If this is 5, 9, then this can be 6, 7, or 8, which means this can be 9, 7, or 8. So that's less restrictive. But I feel like that doesn't help us figure out whether it's 6, 9, or 7, 8. And similarly here, if this is 7, 8, or 6, 9, because this 14 then looks at this 15, looks at this 15. I feel like there's something going on. There's like a chain here. But I can't quite see how that works. And this, the 5 or the 6 would affect the 7, right? If you have a 5, then you can't do 5, 2. If you have the 6, then you can't do 6, 1. But there's also 3, 4. It's not the only, those aren't the only 2 options for 7. So I'm not sure. Oh, okay. So maybe this is the thing to look at. So we know if we put 6, 8, or 5, 9 in here, right? Whichever one we put in here can't be in these digits. So then the question becomes, can they both be in here? They can't. They can't, of course. Okay. It doesn't matter whether you do 6, 8, or 5, 9, right? Whatever the two digits are, they can't be here. Can they both be in this 14 cage? Well, of course not, because the two digits add to 14, and you'd have to have two zeros with it. Therefore, the two digits in this 14 cage are not here. One of them could be in here, but not both. The other one has to be down here, which means that can't be in this 14 cage. So these two are the same makeup. They're the same whatever, 5, 6, 5, 9, or 6, 8. They're the same. Which then means, wait, is that possible? No, they have to be different. Sorry, they have to be different is the key. They can't be the same. I was like, wait, that forces both of them into here. No, they have to be different because if you put 6, 8 here, then the 6 or the 8 will have to be here, making this one the 5, 9. So they're different. They're different ones. And so I still feel like it's something with this loop with the 14s and the 15s. Okay, we can do the same thing here, the 15s, right? Okay, right, this 15, 6, 9, 7, 8, whatever it is, let's say 6, 9. There's no 6 or 9 here. Well, you can't put both of them in the 15 cage, so one of them has to be here. So these have to be different, which means these two are the same, which means these two are the same. Okay. And so these two are different, and these two are different. If this is... So, okay, so one of these two, we said 6, 8 was more limiting. One of them is 6, 8. Whichever one it is, you're going to have 7 and 9. Let's just say the red is the 6, 8. So this one's going to be orange, by the way. Okay. Let's say the red is the 6, 8 for right now. That's going to leave 7 and 9 here, which leaves 6 or 8 there. 5, 9. But see, that's 5, 9 and 6, 8. So do we care? I mean, it's either that or it's the other way around, right? Six, 8, 7, 9. The problem is these big digits don't really affect the 7 cage or the 5 cage, so that feels less helpful. Is it something with the 16 cage, maybe? I mean, we know these are different, right? So if this is 6, 9, one of them would have to be over here. If it's 7, 8, one of them's over here, and it's 6, 9. So it's the same thing here. So one of them is here. Oh, okay, so... Right, so the two digits in the yellow, we don't know which one is which. But one of them is, we'll say, the stripe, right? We don't know which is which. But one of them is here. Because they can't both go in the 16 cage. Could they both? But they could both. No, they can't both be here. Ah, right. There's two digits here. We don't know if they're 6, 9 or 7, 8. One of them is in the 16 cage. One of them is here because they can't both be here because one of them is over here. Now, we don't know which one. So I guess maybe adding the stripe doesn't help. But one of them is down here, which will then be there. Right? One of the yellows that's at the top here is down here. The other yellow that's here can't be anywhere there, so it's in here. Now, in the 16 cage. Now, similarly, we have the same thing with the purple here, right? This digit can't be in here or here. And so we have a purple and a yellow in the 16 cage. So 6, 7, 8, 9, we have to have two of them in here. 6, 7 is the minimum, which would be 13, and then 1 and 2. So it's 1, 2, 6, 7. So the 6 and the 7 have to be in the 16 cage, which means they are these. And so then these are 8 and 9. Okay. So, what does that tell us? We know this is 1, 2, 6, 7. The 8 and the 9, you know, one on each side here. And in there. Okay, so we can't quite do the same thing over here because, can we? Because the purple can't be in here, but couldn't both the purples be over here? That would force this to be a 5. Well, so if these can't both be purple and these both be yellow, right? One thing we do know is one of them has to be the purple domino or the yellow domino, because we can't do the same thing we did with the 16 down here where we put a yellow and a purple in the cage. Because it would be 6, 7, 1, 2. That's the minimum you can do, and that's 16. So we either have to have a purple domino here, which forces a 5 there, or a yellow domino here. Can we have a yellow domino here? I don't think we can. I don't think we can, because that would be 6, 7, 8, and 9. These 4 are a 6, 7, 8, 9. You'd have 2 5s here. So you can't. Therefore, this is the purple domino. And that gives us a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple. This is a 5 and a 9, which means the orange is the 5, 9. The red is the 6, 8. So this is 7, 9 with 6, 8. But 6, 9, 7, 8. This is the 6 or the 7, the opposite one. So, okay, so what does that do? Well, we know that one of the yellows is in the 15 cage. Right? One of them is up here and one of them is in the 15 cage. But any of them are possible in the 15 cage, I think. 5 and 9 aren't here. Six, 8 is not in here. This is 1, 6 or 3, 4. And this one is 2, 5 or 3, 4. Similarly, if these were both 3, 4, you'd have a 3 and a 4 in there. Is that a problem? If those were both 3, 4, you would have 3 and 4 in the 14 cage, which would then need another, 2 digits that sum to 7. I don't see why this couldn't be 6, 8, and 5, 9 like that. Like the orange and the red, they don't necessarily have to be in here. This isn't 5 or 9. So it's 6, 7, or 8 with a 9, 7, or 8. But okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. So I know one of the yellows has to be in here. But you could do up to a 9. You could do 9, 1, 2, 3. That would be fine. There's a 6 or an 8 in here, right? Because it's either 9, 6 or 8, 7. So there's a 6 or an 8 in here. There's a 6 or an 8 in here. So the 6, 8. One of them is in the purple. Okay, so the red 6, 8 can't be in the purple or here. The red 6, 8 is in here. So there's a 6 or an 8 in here. Not a 7 or a 9. So it's a 6 or an 8. If you do 6, I mean, you've got a lot of options for what else to put in there. If you do 8, then it'd be 1, 2, 4. But The other thing I'm thinking is, so this red 6-8 is in the 15 cage. This one is in the purple. So this is not 6-8. This is 6. So this one is here. And up here. And down here. Is that helpful? It's in here. All right, maybe we should look at the 13. So, oh, the 13, look. Okay, the 13 can't be 6-7. Right? Neither one of these, because there'd be nothing to put in this cell. So this is 9-4 or 8-5. Wait, what happened? 9, 4, 8, 5. There we go. Sorry. It can't be this way, obviously, 9, 4. But there's an 8 or a 9 here. There's an 8 or a 9 there. Do we care? This one's the same way. 9, 4, 8, 5. And again, the 8, it's the opposite of that 8, 9. And this... But we don't care, because I was gonna say this is 6 or 8. If it's 8, then this is 9, 4. So, oh man, I feel like I'm really close. I'm really close to getting this, breaking it wide open. Do we know? What do we know? 1, 2, 6, 7. This 6, 7 is in here. And in there. One of the yellows is in here. There's a 6 or an 8 in here. Which means there's a 7 or a 9. Oh, okay. So there's a 7 or a 9 here, right? The purple 7 or 9. The yellow 7 or 9. Because we know there's a 6 or an 8 in here, the yellow 7 or 9 has to be up here, right? But the purple 7 or 9 is in here. So that's both of our 7s and 9s. So this is actually a 5 and a 9, which means this is not 9 and 4. Now, does that help? We still know there's no 5, 9 in here. Can we put the 9 in here? We can't put the 9 in here. Oh, that's it. Okay. The 9. You can't put a 9 in the 14 cage because you would have 3 digits that would have to sum to 5, which is impossible. The minimum in 3 is 1, 2, and 3, which is 6. So the 9 cannot be in the 14 cage. It can't be down here. The 9 is over here, which makes this 7 and 8 and 6 and 9 and 8 and 7. And therefore, this is 8 and 7. This is not 8. This is 9, 4. 4, 9. This is 6 and 8. This is not 4, which means that's not 3. But this is not 7, 8. This is 9, 6. So this is not 6, 1. It's 3, 4. This is not 9. This is going to be 8, 5. So this isn't 5. This isn't 2. Okay. Now, we're getting somewhere now. So there's an 8 in here. There's a 9 down here. We've also got the 3, and the 4 is over here. Ah, the 8. 8, 8. There's an 8 here. This is 8. 3. So the 4 has to be over here somewhere. Oh, the 5. 5 isn't here. So the 5. Oh, it's down at the bottom. This isn't 9, so the 9 is up there. 6 is not in any of these, so the 6 is in the 14 cage, which leaves 8 more. So 1, 2, 5 or 1, 3, 4. So we have 6, 1 with 2, 5 or 3, 4. And we have to have, look, the 3, 4 can't be here. So you can put one of them there, but the other one has to be in here. And so this has to be 1, 3, 4, 6. I believe, which leaves the 5 here, and this would be 2, 7, and 8, and this is the 2, and the 7, and the 8, and I usually have the helper turned off. I'm not sure why it got turned back on, but let's see, I'm gonna turn that off. There we go. It doesn't really matter. I just prefer not to have it tell me when I can eliminate pencil marks. Okay, so I think we're cooking now. Okay, this can't be 1, 4. It's 2, 3 because of the 1 here. So this is not a 3. 2, 2. There's 2 up here somewhere. Okay, this is a 1. These are 2, 3, 4, and 7, and those 2 can't be 7s. This can't be a 4. This one can't be a 7. Okay, so the 7's right there. I should have seen that. 7, 7, 7, 7. Get the 7s. 7, 7. Who's got the 7? Let's see. Can we do any more with 7s? Not quite. There's a 7 in here. So this isn't 7, but okay. What about right up here? These are 1, 2, 3, and 4. This one's not 1. Or 2, 3. Oh, look at that. This is a 4. This is not 4. This is not 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 6, 7, and 8. I don't think we know anything about those yet. Okay, maybe the 15 cage. Can we do something with the 15? Right, we know the 6 is in the 15 cage. So 6, and then we need 9 more, which could be 2, 3, 4, actually. 6, 2, 3, 4, or 6, 1, 2, 5. No, 6, 1, 3, 5. Yeah. Okay, well, there's a few options there, so we don't know that yet. All right, what do I need to look at next? I think we have everything figured out with the cages other than the 15. So now we just got to do Sudoku. Okay, so 3, 4, 2, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8. 8, is there something we can do with 8s? Not really. 8, there's an 8 here. But, okay. Maybe let's look up here. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So this is a 1, 2, or 3. Actually, it can't be a 3. It's 1 or a 2. 9. Oh, we can do 9s. 9s. This is a 9 up here. There we go. 9, 9. There's a 9 down here. There's a 9. Oh, this is a 9 down here. Okay, so that gives us the 9s. There we go. I don't think we can quite do the 8s yet. 7s we can't do. 6s. No, there's a 6 here. So these are not 6. There's a 6 in here. I don't think we can quite do 6 in there. Nope, we can't quite do 6s yet. Okay. So 5 down here. There's a 5 in the cage. Ooh, okay, so 6 and 5 are both in the cage. So that gives us 11. We need 4 more. It has to be 1, 3. There we go. That's what I should have seen that. I had that earlier. I could have had that earlier, but I didn't see it. So this is the 4 and the 3 and the 2 and the 4 and 3, 2, 1. These are not 1s. So 3, 5, 6. Wow, yeah. We don't know where any of those go yet. These are 2, 3, 5, and 6. These are not 2. These are not 6. But 2, 9, 4. Okay, so these are 2, 3, 4, 7. These can't be 7. These can't be 2. Oop, 2. Oh, these can't be 4. So this is 3 and 7. This is not 7. These are not 3. 1, 5, 6, 8. So the 1. Oh, these aren't 1. This is not 7 or 3. That's 2, 4, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, okay. 3, 2, 4, 5, 8. Man, I'm struggling with just regular Sudoku, which is not unusual, but 1, 4, 5, 6. These can't be 4s. That can't be a 4, of course, the 4 there. So these are 1, 2, and 6, I believe. This one's not a 1. 2, 6, 7, triple. So that makes this a 3 or a 4. I think these are 3, 4, and 5, right? So this is 5, and 4, and 3, and 4, and 3. There we go. And the 4 makes this a 2 and a 4. This is not 5 or 6, it's a 1. 2, 6 makes this a 5. These are not 1s. This is a 1. And so these are 4, 6, 7, 8. They're not 4. Oh, so this is 4. 6, 8, 7, 6. These are not 6. 3 and 5 makes that an 8 and a 5. These aren't 5. They're 1 and 6. These aren't 6, so it's a 7, 8. We get 1, 2, and 5 for the row. This is not a 1 or a 5, so it's 2. These aren't 3. Oh, okay, so that's 5 and 2 and 1. 5, 2, 5. We get a 3, 6 pair. The 1 makes this a 5. 3, 6. 1, 2. Oh, the 8. Look at the 8 up there. 7, 8. That was probably there a long time ago. 6, 7, 6, 2. And then we get the 1. Gives us 6 and 1. And then that 6 gives us the 6 and the 3. And the 3 gives us the 5 and the 3. And we are done. Wow. All right. Very cool. Really neat break-in with the way the 14 cages interacted here with the 15 cages around the way. And I just had a feeling that we were going to be able to kind of figure out that loop, and it had to do with the bigger 16 and 15 cages and how those work down here. Yeah, very neat. I like that break-in. Very cool. And then the Sudoku was still difficult, at least for me. I struggle with the Sudoku part sometimes, but yeah, so very neat. All right, well, let me know how your solve of this puzzle went. If you gave it a try by yourself, and if you were just solving along with me, let me know if you saw the break-in before I did, or if you saw a lot of the Sudoku before I did. We probably did. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more puzzles of all kinds.